All right, probably my favorite topic is fertility and emotions. Wow, that can be a lot. Probably more than I'm gonna be able to put in 3 minutes, but we're gonna try. This one's super hard because I've had a lot of hand holding with women over this throughout the years. And there's so many emotions that are tied into women, fertility, success, pregnancy, maintaining a pregnancy, birth, where are you going to birth, who are you going to birth with, what type of mother are you going to be. All of that weighs so heavy on our bodies, and it runs kind of in the background, so we don't necessarily pay attention to it until we've been taught to pay attention to it. So I always talk about false data that appears to be real, and fertility is a great topic for that. We have a lot of data that is real. I've not been able to get pregnant. How our brain interprets that, though, is based on our emotions. Therefore, I'm a failure. And it can go just all over the place from that. God doesn't love me. I've heard that one. That one is just, that one hurts. I wasn't meant to have a child. I'm not blessed to have a child. We turn it so much into ourselves, when in reality, if you measure out 365 days in a year, there's really only 1 or 2, maybe 3 days a month that you can get pregnant. So on some ways, the statistics aren't great to get pregnant in the best of circumstances. Then when we add in all of the complications that have been given to our women's bodies, birth control pills are one of the number one reasons for infertility. We see also MTHFR, another huge issue for infertility. We see our food that is shutting down the pituitary gland. It's affecting our males, it's affecting the females' fertility. So what we're seeing is that there's a lot of reasons that women aren't getting pregnant that doesn't have anything to do with their true success, if that makes sense. And it's when women start to take back control of their environment, of their structure, of their bodies, of their nutrition, of their emotions, that we then see pretty miraculous things start to occur. I've always said that when you start writing out what it is you want to accomplish, and then listen to what your brain pops up and write that out too, and see where those stories are coming from. I worked with one mom who just did not have a great upbringing. And so there was a real big part of her that was terrified to get pregnant because she didn't have any real good role models and she didn't have any real good support. So we actually set her up a series of books to read. We put her in with some mentorship. I found a really great kind of mom figure for her to be able to touch base with and for her to be able to kind of sound things out for. And this mom just really kind of did what moms do, right? Just brought her into the fold and was really very helpful to her as she worked on herself. And it was very quickly after she came in and said, I think I can do this. Like, I think I've got all my plans set up. I think that like I have the capability of being a really great mom. It wasn't sure after that she ended up becoming pregnant. So always remember that the mind is truly probably the most powerful organ that we have. And what it runs both on the foreground and on the back is gonna make everything we want successful or not successful. And so a lot of times when I'm working one-on-one with people, it has shifted into, hey, the emotions are the key. And if we can get that down and we can remove all this false data, then we get our goal. And so that is what I really, really encourage you to do, is get deep so that when your emotions are triggered, you can write down, where did this story come from? Is this being triggered because I've got really bad environment? Is this being triggered because I've just eaten really crappy food? Is this being triggered because I haven't moved in quite a long time and my body has to move to think? When you start looking at your emotions that way, then you start having much better options than, hey, I'm just blank, blank, blank. Alrighty, so I encourage you to do this work. It is the hardest, easiest thing you've ever done. It's so hard to sit down and really look at yourself. But once you start doing it, it gets easier and easier and easier. And then once you start getting control of it, life is pretty great. So I encourage you to do the work. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.